and I'm excited to share with all of you Oculus Quest 2. Quest 2 has our highest resolution display ever with 50% more pixels. It's more powerful with a custom Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 processor and 6 gigs of memory. It weighs 10% less than the original Quest and has a new soft strap, so it's even easier to carry around. It has new touch controllers that are more ergonomic and have battery life improvements. It is shipping on October 13th, and we are opening pre-orders today. And it starts at just $299. The team has done an incredible job, and I am really proud of what we've built here. Quest 2 is lighter, faster, and has a better display than the first generation, and it's $100 more affordable. It is fully wireless, and it has hands down the best content library of any VR system out there. Now, there are a bunch of improvements that we have made to the hardware. We've been working on this with Qualcomm for years, and Quest 2 is the first major consumer device that runs on the Snapdragon XR2 platform. It's fully customized for VR and AR with support for multiple cameras and technology like fixed foveated rendering. And the end result is a more immersive experience with crisper graphics, more dynamic environments, and ultimately just a more realistic feeling of presence. The display is better. Instead of 2 OLEDs, Quest 2 has a single LCD for super high-resolution visuals, and a new system for adjusting the optics that makes it easier to dial in the visual settings that are right for you. We've redesigned the touch controllers with more efficient tracking and optimized haptics. The new controllers deliver a better feeling of hand presence and stronger physical feedback, and for apps that don't use our full hand tracking, this is going to make a better experience all around. And we've also been making a lot of software updates too. For example, a lot of people have been using VR for fitness. It's probably one of the most fun ways to get in some quick cardio. And Beat Saber is a bit more motivating than a treadmill most mornings. So we've built in a system-level fitness tracker that helps you keep tabs on just how much exercise you're getting while playing some of your favorite titles. It's called Oculus Move, and it lets you set VR fitness goals and track them across different games and apps. And we're also experimenting with real-time stats and in-game overlays, and we're going to start testing this out on Quest later this year. Now, these are just a few of the improvements that make Quest 2 the best all-in-one VR experience out there. Now, I've really been enjoying using mine during this lockdown, and I'm looking forward to getting these in more of your hands in just a few weeks.
Right now, someone's working in the lab, and someone's going far away from someone that they love. But someone's working in the lab, so someone who is far away can be with who they love each day. Right now, some genius who's 8 years old is dreaming of a degree in a distant place beyond the sea. But someone's working in the lab, so the genius who was 8 years old can study from where they choose to live and be. Right now, there's someone wishing for some superpowers. to run and play with super speed, finally freed. That's someone wishing for some superpowers, will one day live to be a super someone. 'Cause someone's working in the lab. We need each other in this world. We need not few of us, but all. That's why there's someone working in the lab right now.
Virtual reality seems to be this thing that it's so futuristic, but for us, that's just the medium that you use to create in the physical world.
Gravity Sketch is a 3D napkin sketch tool. It was driven from this need to communicate your idea much more clearly.
Because it's so easy and quick to create in Gravity Sketch, they're able to cut their design time substantially. People are actually having fun when they're designing. Why not? We are creatives. We love making stuff.
VR is one of the first technologies that's actually aligned itself so closely to our natural abilities and gotten out of the way. And now we can actually focus more on difficult subjects like behavioral change. We could put the learner in a position of a manager, and they're put in the line of fire with another colleague. We give people the tools to listen, be empathetic in conversations that feel real. We trained 3,000 people inside of 2 days, and everybody had a personal learning experience. Their palms sweat. They feel uncomfortable when in real life they would feel uncomfortable.
With spatial, we can put on a headset, and even if we're not in the same room as someone, we can feel like we are. You can create these project rooms, kind of like a 3D version of Zoom meets Slack. There's an opportunity to get in there early, put our humanistic ideals into the technology so that it can be creative and collaborative. Oculus is investing so heavily just across every layer of the stack, whether it's the development, the hardware, the outreach. They're loaning devices to companies who are VR curious, and it's really cool that they're being that innovative.
It didn't feel overwhelming to a corporate client. It felt like something that they could adopt and roll out wide.
We actually worked really closely with the Oculus team. Having someone in your back pocket to reach out to that understands the technology intrinsically, it's been a huge leg up for us.
Now we have our community growing every day. VR is now.
Someone, anyone, please help! My counterpart R2-D2 and I were on board a parts supply vessel bound for Batu, but it was attacked. You needn't worry. I am a highly trained resistance spy. Oh dear! You'll do what? Oh, don't be silly. You'll never make it. My circuits have had quite enough of the wilds for one day.
I could see that the future was open before me, written by others in the pages of a remarkable book. But my life was not set in stone by the ink on a page. I chose to travel this new path, not because it was required, but because it was astonishing. The thought of the splendid, vibrant, unforeseen worlds that would lie along this new path brought life to my very core. That remarkable book of new beginnings. And yet, even as I cherished it, I had to let it fall from my grasp. But I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse.
Log 0025-A7, Cycle 88. If you're hearing this, the crew of the USIT Arbiter is dead. It took less than a cycle for the machines to turn us into a graveyard. It's been months now. Survival by way of rations and rage. It's time to give them a taste of their own metal. It's time to prove what I'm made of.
A bullet can only penetrate flesh. But a sniper? They are the nagging unease that claws at the back of an enemy's mind. Soldier and commander alike, no one is safe. The fear they can instill in a foe, it can penetrate the soul.